Hey everybody, it's Norm from Tested, and to wrap up this week, well today we're going to talk 3D printers, and specifically Bambu Lab's A1 printer, which I reviewed back in December of last year. Now when I tested it, I had it for a couple weeks before it came out, and I really loved using the printer, but since then, those of you who may be following Bambu Lab's printers may know that they actually had to recall all of the A1 printers back in February. They discovered that there was something they did not account for, which was that their heat bed, which plugged into the base here, this connection point could be overstrained. And there was a small remote possibility that over time, this connection, which again heats up the heat bed, could be damaged, which would then result in a potentially hazardous situation for those of you using the printer. So to Bambu Lab's credit, they halted sales of the A1. They had anyone who bought one, gave them the option to send it back until they had new units to replace the issue. Or if you wanted to replace the bed on your own, also give you a pretty big store credit as well. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So I have finally received the replacement heat bed and connector cable, and in this video we're going to be walking through the process of what it takes to swap out the heat bed. So hopefully it'll be a pretty straightforward process, but it's also a reminder that whenever you watch a review on YouTube, or even especially day one reviews, and we may have had this unit for several weeks prior to publishing it from when this was announced and released to the public, but it's not until these machines get out there into the public, into the hands of thousands and thousands of users, do little things like this in the long term come to light. And thankfully this did come to light just a couple months after the unit was out into the marketplace. So again, when we're recording this in the beginning of May, the A1 is back on sale in the store with the new heat bed and new connection. And for those of you who did buy it earlier, you'll be getting your replacement heat beds soon. So let's pop open this unit, dive in, and repair a 3D printer. All right, let's take a look at this new heat bed first of all. And it should be on its face exactly like the one that's already in the unit. The big difference is now it's a braided cable with new wound wiring and a much stronger connection right here. So this is that new connection point that's much more reinforced and more robust. They've also included this silicone stopper that you're going to fix to the back of the unit to, again, give it a little bit of protection so that there's no cable strain right there. All the way up, and we're going to remove the old heat bed. Cool. All right, we're gonna remove the base. It's a little bit of glue. Actually, I feel resistance, so a little bit of that tackiness, but pops off pretty easily. 10 screws here, 6 screws there. Next step. Okay, start with white, black. Okay. Goes 1, 2. This one has tape here. Okay. All right, removing this grounding wire. Okay, so after removing these plugs and that grounding wire, I can route the whole cable for the heat bed out, the old heat bed that is. It's only 4 places to disconnect. 1, 2, 3, 4, including this grounding wire, and I'm going to save this piece of tape. This is the old heat bed unit, which we won't need anymore. I'm going to set that aside and get to installing the new one. Just press the rewind button, right? To begin the process of installing the new heat bed, we're going to actually screw that in first. Align that like so. For this reinstall, I'm literally using one tool. This is the Allen key that came with the A1 that you use to set it up, so no new tools are even needed, which I like. This has to go like so, like that. I just noticed they do include new screws with Loctite and silicone covers, and even a little piece of tape. So if you didn't want to save this guy, you don't have to. Plug these back in. Recall they were white and black wires the first time around. They're black and black here. Actually does not matter which order you plug these in. It's plugged in. I'm gonna route this around the top here and use that extra piece of tape. Secure it. All right, it's time to seal it back up. One final bit of reinforcement is this new silicone bumper, which we're just going to plug right here. It has 3M adhesive, and it's going to remove that, hold in place. All right, I want to slap a build plate on here and run a test print. And before I wrap things up, I did want to give a shout out to Bambu Labs, of course, not only for making sure we got our new heat bed installed, but they're also, as you may know, releasing kits for people to 3D print fun little projects. And I had to show off this project that they sent me, which is a mini A1 mini 3D printer. It's the A1 Mini in mini form. It's actually a phone charger. I think it's adorable. It's really fun to put together. I didn't film it, unfortunately, but I wanted to share with you. This is a wonderful little kit that you can purchase to charge your smartphone with a Qi charger in there. It's alive! That was really straightforward. The instructions are really clear online. They have YouTube videos as well as a walkthrough step-by-step tutorial on the Bambu website, but I can attest that it's very easy to replace. It's not a great thing that happened that they did have to do this recall, but I'm glad they did catch it and are making good on replacing the heat beds and entire units for those of you or those customers who want to have their whole A1 unit replaced. This will find a nice place in the tested studio where we're going to make use of it for several projects that you may see in the coming weeks. But thanks for watching this one fun wrap end of week video. I'm Norm from Tested, and I'll see you next time. Happy printing.
Thank you for watching that video. I want to tell you about our demerit badges, because we know that being a maker is a lifelong enterprise of trying new things and learning new skills, and it is also about repeatedly messing everything up. And we like to celebrate that because failure is not just an option, it is intrinsic to the creative process. And to that end, we have 3 new bundles of demerit badges right now on tested-store.com. We've got your Shop Tool Fails demerit badge bundle up here on top. Here in the middle, we have the Everyday Whoops demerit badge bundle. And at the bottom, we've got my favorite, the Shit Happens demerit badge bundle. You can get any one of these bundles, and we are considering offering a bundle of all 24, not those, of all 24 demerit badges we have released, but we're not sure what to call it. You have a suggestion? Put it in the comments.